Hey, pure spirits. It's your life coach, Diamond. So, today I want to talk to you guys about how not to seek other people's validation. I know I'm a little delayed. I was supposed to make this last night, but it's been so much going on, but let's get into it. Good things going on, though. You know, the haters like to hear something going bad. It's going good, though. It's very easy to say, right? Don't seek other people's validation. But once you break down the triggers and the things you go through and really try to figure out why you're seeking validation, it'll tell you a lot about why you think you need it from other people in the first place. So the first thing I want to get into is you have to remember this is God's world that we live in, okay? When people are placed around you and they don't see you, it's for a reason. God is not letting your light shine too brightly around those people because they could be enemies that you haven't noticed yet, okay? They could be people who, as soon as they see your light, will do everything they can to dim it. And to me, that's one of the main reasons why you cannot go looking for external validation. It has to come from within because it's very dangerous out here. As pure spirits, we have a light within us that people would try to snuff out. Okay, I've been there. So if there's no other reason for you to stop seeking validation from others, start there. Sometimes God doesn't let people see you because he's protecting you. They might see everybody else around you, but when it comes to you, if your light were to shine as bright as God knows it does, those same people would not be as happy for you because you're the threat. They don't see others as threats. But you're a threat because you're a pure spirit. You get what I'm saying? You got that light in you. You got that glow. You out here looking like a dewy beat face. I don't know about y'all, but I love a dewy beat face. I love my makeup dewy. So, for all the dewy beat girls, y'all know, we be out here glowing. That's how you be out here looking, like real good, real nice and glossy. That's for me the number one way to stop seeking validation. Another way is to affirm yourself, speak positively to yourself, clap for yourself. Because again, you never know when you're surrounded by people who do see your light and are trying to take it out. They'll purposely not clap for you just to get in your head. And that's why you have to be confident in yourself. Know yourself, because these people will not clap for you. Okay? And you can end up talking yourself out of opportunities. You might think, oh, these people probably won't think what I'm doing is cool. And that could very well be the path that leads you to $1 million blessing or God's favor. Right? But because you didn't get validation from the people around you, you don't take it. And I'm telling y'all this because I've been there in my 20s. It wasn't with major things, thank God. But it was with things that, could have been major for another person, right? It was little things like trying to come off a certain way, trying to impress people who really didn't like me, or just being overly kind to people who were not even kind to me because I'm trying to figure out why we're not connecting. I'm showing them love, why they not show me love? But, it was because they saw me as a threat, and people would do weird things like they would have only given me praise when I was acting similar to them, which was crazy because the way how my light works, when I'm being my authentic self, I get more love from genuine people. When I'm in my low vibrations and I used to crash out and do all those crazy things, that's when people who actually were jealous of me and hated on me, that's when they would hype me up, because that's the path they wanted me to take. They didn't want me to be on this path that I'm on right now of love and light and elevation and growth. Okay? Because that's just what some people do. They're intimidated by who you are. So they'll only validate you when you're being what they don't want you to be. And that's the next reason why you shouldn't seek validation. And that's why I'm telling you guys this, because these are all the ways that I stopped seeking validation. And honestly, I stopped in my mid-20s. You know, I definitely didn't go down certain paths even as a teenager, so thank God. But everyone is not as lucky. Well, I would say lucky. Everyone's not as blessed, you know, to have God navigate them out of those paths. And, you know, even though I wasn't on certain paths when I was a teenager, it still came to find me in my 20s for me to, you know, be in those situations with those people. For me to be able to learn those lessons, to give you guys insight that if you're in your 20s or your teen years or any age of your life, you know, to, you know, just be mindful of that and protect your energy. You know, at different phases, it could still pop up. But you have to remind yourself, I deserve to be validated. And if someone doesn't validate me, that's okay. Because I am validating myself. I'm, enter word here, I'm going places. I'm phenomenal. I'm a strong woman living a soft life. I'm a masculine man who God is protecting and guiding on the path of righteousness with blessings and favor around people who celebrate me and show me love. You know, not everybody's a hater, right? But just know, people who aren't threatened by you will give you your flowers. And I'm saying this because I'm someone who, I've never been threatened by anyone because I don't really care for materialistic things like other people. So if you go and get a damn Lamborghini, I'm just hyped that my friend got a Lamborghini. I'm not feeling the type of way because I don't got a Lamborghini. And I'm going to be like, man, you worked hard. You got what you working for. I'm happy for you. Can I take a picture about a Lamborghini? You know, that's my favorite car. But yeah, you know, people who are threatened, they will withhold those things from you, though. They will never celebrate you. And all the people who end up being jealous of me, I thought back and they've never, ever complimented me. But I've always complimented them because I wasn't jealous of them. You know what I'm saying? I had love for them. Like, you know, imagine me not making videos because people aren't clapping for me or I don't think I'm getting enough likes. I don't need validation from anyone because I know what I'm talking about and I know what I'm doing. And God validates me every single day, every single second and minute of every single day of my entire life. Okay? And that's the kind of confidence that I want you pure spirits to tap into. When you get up, if there's something in your heart that you want to do and God put it there, then go do it. It doesn't matter what anyone else says, anyone who speaks against it, because that's the enemy and that's the devil. Okay? That's also why you don't need validation, because people can wake up feeling differently. Even people who aren't jealous, if they're not in a good space, they could speak negativity over your path. You get what I'm saying? So, like, these are all the reasons not to look for validation. Imagine if Jesus wanted validation from the Pharisees. They were never going to give it to him because they were jealous of him. Y'all see where I'm going with this? People who withhold validation are jealous of you. So it's best to stop expecting it, because you never know who is jealous of you until God reveals them. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your life coach Diamond signing out. Ciao.